And let's see, can Matu and his new team take down Matu's old team and take down the new boy
Everyone's
in town?
Matu's team, huh?
What do you mean?
You're just saying like Matu's old team, not Liquid. Matu's old team.
Yeah, this is Matu's old team against Matu's new team, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. And of course, the most exciting part about it is that we should have Matu versus the new girl, the new person, the new love of Liquid's life, Weeha.
Yep.
In that middle lane, we're gonna get it. Matu
Yep.
versus Weeha.
I'm curious what type of strats we get going on because already these two heroes in our first series were untouched, unbanned, unpicked, everything, and here we got the first two. So yeah, TI's the best, as we always get a million different variants of drafts from each team.
So let's see, and of course to sort of keep you up to date with the going-ons if you haven't been able to watch all the games. And spoilers, in case you're going to go back and try and do so, spoiler one. We have seen what apparently Liquid, we didn't see it of course because it was going on whilst we were casting other games, but we've heard and seen the result that Liquid did struggle earlier today, right?
Yeah, they got 2-0'd, and I heard that
They
Newbie
struggled
kind of
earlier today.
dominated them.
Chaos, I do believe, have not played, right? This is their first game.
They lost.
Oh, they did play.
They just lost to. I just walked by it as well. My goodness.
Who was it? LGD?
I think it might. I think
It
it
was
was
LGD,
LGD.
wasn't
I
it?
think it
It
was
was the LGD
LGD.
game.
Yes, I believe you're right.
So both of these teams have lost.
Yes.
Liquid, you would probably expect have been less likely to lose the series they were in. Chaos,
Yes.
if you're playing against LGD, it's LGD. It's going to be a very hard series. Liquid, you would maybe have expected them to at least take a game off the new newbie.
I mean, for sure.
It wasn't the case. Both teams down 2-0, and now head-to-head. I mean, both teams, I'm sure they didn't care about the first series. They're building up for this one. This is the series that matters.
Dude, we're
this
getting
is the one that cares.
We're getting ET every game. I'm so happy
Yeah,
right
ET,
now,
yeah.
actually. It's great.
How do we rate the Liquid ET? They're pretty good with the old man, aren't they?
They tend to run it more, or they used to run it more on GH.
Yep.
So I'm excited too because I like when this hero has a bit more farm. We see it a lot in the 5 position just because you kind of do the same thing. But I like seeing like when YapzOr plays and you get this crazy amount of farm and what you can actually do with it. So.
And then we're starting to see, for the first time, that Chen ban finally. You've been
It
waiting for the
is,
Chen ban.
yeah.
These teams will respect it. Ench, of course, left in. Something that we've seen earlier today be banned out most of the time. But it's left in, so they're able to grab it. And the Magnus ban, very much I imagine what a ban tailored towards Liquid, right?
Oh,
this
yeah.
isn't going to be a ban you're going to see every team really just banning out meta-wise.
I think all 3 bans look this very.
This is just
yeah.
very Liquid specific this time around as Chaos, Ench, and Pangolier are picked up. Interestingly enough, straight away I'm looking at that, when we were sort of hopping through looking at the other games, we saw these two heroes also being played, I believe in fact right now maybe by OG.
was playing them, right?
They
Yeah.
OG, this is exactly the same time. I don't know if it was necessarily picked in the first two, but something that I guess has got a bit of a European flair to it, the Ench and the Pango.
Yeah, they just lane. I guess they like lane together, right? And you just put
Yeah, I
a lot
guess
of
they do as
pressure
well,
out. Yeah. The Enchantress just is like this super ridiculous laner that just bullies the carry that Pango can also. But I think these two are the anti-carries in a way. When you're playing in the offlane, you have the disarm coming in from Lucky Shot, and you just have Impetus that is uncounterable by BKBs and stuff like that. So I feel like these two are really annoying to play against if you're a carry player.
For sure, yeah.
You're just like always disarmed, always getting poked by Impetus.
We're going to see the outban from Chaos.
Mhm.
As we say, you can certainly expect to see a lot of that hero being banned out, as it has absolutely blown up in popularity as of recently in pubs and in the games behind the closed doors.
Yeah, I wonder who was the first one to just be like, hey, let's just put it safe lane instead of mid. And then it just became so dominant. Kind of interesting to see the Sand King picked up that early too, right? I know teams have been.
Some teams were
some
banning
teams
it
are
earlier.
bringing it. Yeah, some teams are bringing it up in favor. But yeah.
And this is what? This is mind control, or is this your Kuro GH combo, the ET?
I think that's probably mind control. I'd
You
imagine.
think mind control still in the SK,
Yeah,
right?
I'd imagine. Be weird if.
Are
it
we only
wasn't.
really seeing that? Are we seeing any teams run it in the 4, or not really at the moment?
Not in a while. Not
'Cause
not
got
a few
buffed,
months.
right, like the level 1 stun did get buffed, right? The range is better than it was right
I
now,
believe so. Yeah.
but it's still not great. But it's better. It is. I think that wasn't the recent patches, but a
gotta-
couple of patches ago they
let's see
did
which
make
one it
Burrow
was.
Strike range a bit better at level 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit better. The Sandstorm one was the big one that got changed to where it got buffed to like level 2, where you get that like 45. But
No, but yeah.
But yeah, the stun got buffed a little bit again.
But definitely, yeah, conceptually, as an offlaner, it works very well.
Yeah.
And, you know, Mind Control, a very good Sand player.
It's also just high magic damage, where Enchantress is a hero that doesn't like playing versus high magic damage as well, right?
Yeah.
You want to. That's another way to deal with it a little bit.
And it's that hero that can be versatile in sort of the first items that it goes for. If it's a game
Yeah.
where you need someone to build the auras, he'll do that. If it's a game where you need someone to rush a blink to initiate, he can do that.
He can go Veil. He can go. Yeah, he's got a
it's
lot
the
of
Veil
variety.
build if you need the amp up and damage. Yeah, it's a very versatile offlaner in that sense.
And it gives you always an initiator, which we talked about a lot in that last game in particular. Frontliner and initiator. This is that easy one. It's an instant stun.
Let's see, Chaos. What do they want to take away from Liquid?
See that bristle ban also.
Take away the PA. That is, again, something very much towards Liquid.
Well, it's they have Enchantress too, right?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, you're right. It's good against that, and of course it would be good against the Lifestealer. So leaving it open for that.
But definitely also Liquid, yeah.
But also worth saying, this is a team picking a Lifestealer position 3. In fact, we were talking about this earlier. This is not necessarily the carry that teams are really hot about. But apparently for Chaos, they still like it, and they will still pick it relatively early here, picking it up as their 3rd pick.
It's one of the heroes that Elder Titan does not like to play against. Jug and Lifestealer, the natural BKB built-in heroes. You're just like, it's so easy to stick on him as a Lifestealer, and he's a strength hero too, so Feast is always great. Also good versus Sand King, right? So I think that's
But you know, as you said, there are downsides in this hero, right? Why it's not one of the best carries at the moment. And Liquid, they have 3 picks to react to this Lifestealer pick.
He can be slow, but right now I'm seeing Enchantress is already a pressure hero. Pangolier also pressure hero, so the space for the Lifestealer to get that farm. I think he also has variety of builds he can go for in this one. I think you don't always just have to go for the Radiance. I think sometimes that Phase Armlet, Phase Midas Armlet, Phase Armlet Deso, something like that, does have its own ways to play with. And maybe they could still look for something like an infest hero to bring him in and get him involved with the Phase and the Armlet early on, right? They could still look for something like a Puck. We did see it get banned earlier. I don't know if they'll pick it early on or anything like that, but they could look for something like that. They also have Pango, who's good for the infest already.
Oh, here's your Shadow Demon. You've been sort of talking up, saying, well, we've seen it banned a few times earlier today, but Liquid are able to grab it up.
And that makes Lifestealer's life kind of miserable. Now you probably do want to have. I mean, you can infest inside the Pangolier, so that's one of them that you can have already for that.
Lion from Chaos. You picked up. We've already seen two heroes that are very. They're beefy heroes. They got a lot of HP, right?
Yeah.
You do have an SD as well that's gonna be able to offer the save for the stuns, but the Lion pick, something we saw Chaos do a few times when they were doing their qualifier run.
10 seconds remaining.
But I mean, as you said yourself, something totally different to what we've seen earlier today. Why do you think they're going for the Lion here?
Good ways to kill the Sand King in the lane. You've got these double disables to deal with him. I'm wondering what if they're thinking like, what carry do you think that they're thinking to prep for? Because I'm still looking and I'm like, they have a lot of ways to just do anti-carry. Like Hex is always annoying for carries as well. Okay.
The Weehar TA. Is going to be the pick for Liquid, and of course we will imagine that Chaos themselves, you're looking towards Matu's hero that still needs to be drafted. So he is going to have that chance to react to the TA pick and get that last pick, of course. As Liquid still needing Miracle's hero.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe does the Lion pick sort of put Liquid off from going for like a morph for Miracle? Does it stop the Miracle morphling pick?
Yeah,
because you have that instant hex in the game.
Could be possible.
As final ban from Chaos, they will have that chance to take a hero out of it all as well.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think why else they would have the line. I guess they just really wanted to have extra disable.
And it is what it would be Milan playing the line, right?
I think Milan's playing the Pango.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Right, Kez was playing Enchantress, Milan Pango, Misery Blind.
Misery Line.
What's the VT faded hero?
Unless
it's one of the few PL players for a while, but
is there any chance? No. Not the Weehar line.
No.
Sorry, the Matu line.
I was like, wait, what?
Put it in the mid lane.
No, that's terrible.
It's terrible.
You love Lion mid for some reason.
Mid. Dude, that infinite stacking of the fingers.
Into a refraction.
Into refraction. That's why you get Refresher. Chaos.
What hero do they
right
want
down to the bonus time. What are they worried about? Miracle
Which-
grabbing.
Yeah, which carry hero do they
Which
think
carry?
that's going to be the problem that they can't actually address with the Enchantress and the Pango?
I think, as I say, they pick the line. I think that shuts down a morph, so they can pick something else.
They need to address the
Ban
TA
something else. Or,
pretty hardcore on Chaos. They need something that's very good versus him. I'm trying to think which one it would be for them.
well, it's Matu, right? Viper.
Turn to ban.
Did they actually do that though?
And a Terrorblade ban. A Terrorblade
Miracle has
ban?
been playing so much Terrorblade
Okay.
in pubs.
But you have a Lion.
Yeah,
just
you do.
finger him, hex him when he's low. But I guess not. They're still that worried about it. I mean, as you say, it's Miracle. He's played against all the counters in the book.
They
so-
have a life. They have a life stealer, right? It's like
Sure,
TB
does
versus life
nothing
stealer. The
against
matchup
it,
is
yeah.
amazing,
10
Yeah.
seconds.
and it's here that
remaining.
you can actually like Enchantress
Yeah.
could just die. Like the damage that comes out the right click is really high.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the attack speed flow. Yeah, you only need to get a couple in. The illusions out.
Turn
So they'll ban out the.
Ooh, I like that ban.
The
That's a
Ember
good one.
Spirit ban.
Yeah. I feel like we haven't gotten to see Ember, so it's kind of like falling out of my head because it's just been banned every single game. But that would have been a really good one for Chaos for the aggression. Would have been a good way for another Infest if the Lifestealer wanted to. Doesn't say that has to, but it would have been a good way to put pressure. And like I said, have to address the TA. And
Now, we just saw a
Oh.
safe lane Lesh not work out very well. We're going to see a safe lane Lesh again.
they've got great setup. Shadow Demon Lash time in True Classic. We've seen it so many times. They have
Yeah,
the Sand King too.
we saw RNG really struggle to make it work, but let's see if Liquid can give us a bit of a lesson in how to make the Lesh, the position 1 Lesh work out. And Chaos, it's going to be the little
Pugna.
green Pugna.
Right after that Lash pick. So that's the Matu. So let's see. So they picked the Lash into the Lifestealer, which Lifestealer is naturally a pretty good matchup versus that Lash Strike, but I think it's more so about the lane. They don't want to play a traditional carry hero because nobody likes playing carry heroes versus Enchantress because you just get hit.
You want to kill this.
You want to
Ench.
kill this Ench.
You want
That's
to
what
kill
I'm
this
seeing.
Ench. This
Yeah.
is, I mean, as you're saying, you have to, right?
Yeah.
Because as you said, there's going to be issues down the line. There is
Definitely.
that Lifestealer. There is that Pugna. 2 cores very good against the Lesh. You got to be killing that Ench so you can make sure you've got your Yules, you've got your Kyra, and you're able to work towards that BKB at the same time the
Yeah.
fights are starting to come your way. So, well, we'll see if Liquid can crush that lane hard enough.
Yeah. I'm assuming they're probably going to have some like maybe some tri-lane coming out here, and then they just switch it up. The same thing we see from pretty much every team now.
Yeah.
Try to set up for a kill and then break the lane. All right. So Shadow Demon versus Lifestealer. Let's see. TA versus Lifestealer 2. They have good ways to. They have a couple good heroes that are good versus Lifestealer. Then they have a couple heroes that aren't as good versus Lifestealer. Like the ET and the Lash, not as great. Lash can get to a point where you're so speedy, right? And if the SD does get like a purge, the demonic purge onto Lifestealer, Lifestealer can dance around that rage. But all right. I think I'm liking. I think I'm liking Liquids a little bit better.
Let's see.
Not by like a massive thing or anything, but yeah, it's.
Then we have the Weehaw. TA, one of his best.
I feel like it's a cool move to make when that you just don't put a traditional carry, so you don't have to deal with the Enchantress pressure. Okay.
And that mid lane matchup. Matu versus Wii. It's going to be the Pugna versus the TA. I mean, in terms of the lane, is that a pretty much trade farm? Or can Matu sort of come out on top with some good Decrep plays?
I don't think so. I think
No,
TA still.
I think
comes
TA
out.
is still able to get the superior right click.
Yeah, you're probably
able
just
to
able
get the-
to get the extra. Yeah, you're probably just able to get a little bit extra. The denies and stuff like
Was
that,
that
right?
intentional?
Just a little bit extra because you have more
Looked
base
intentional.
damage, even though you're getting decrypt.
Let's have a look as we get ourselves introduced to the team. Kuroki on the Shadow Demon. Mind control.
And it is okay. They're running the aggro aggressive tri lane, putting the Sand King actually in a bottom lane versus this Enchantress. So even just avoiding the Ench anyway. Okay.
Miracle Lash, GH. Wow, let's see. Startled there, GH. Look at that picture. Whoa. These pictures are great. We are.
I like it. I like a lot that it has the hero also.
To battle.
Yeah,
Just
this
it's a
is
small
I
thing,
love
but
these.
it's
Misery. He's going to shoot us. That's violent, Misery. He's giving us the finger. And he's ready to give them the finger this game. Matu. There you go. He's looking happy. He's happy with the Chaos lads. He's happy to be in a bit of a different place. But man, he's over the moon. Overjoyed on the Pangolier. Who have we got next? Kezu sliding in to your DMs on his Enchantress. VT Faded, keeping it cool on the Lifestealer. No messing around from this man. He's ready to show you what he's made of course. And one of probably the names that you probably wouldn't recognise the least, one of the newer pickups.
Yeah.
Overall, obviously he has been with them for at least a month or so now.
He was
but
the one
he
who's-
looked very strong in the EU qualifiers.
Yeah, when he was playing, he was like one of the few people to play PL, right?
Yeah.
And he was very dominant on the hero.
He was. There was some great showings from him. So we'll see what he can do this game on the Lifestealer.
And immediately we have a quick lane swap that happened. We saw Kezu, he identified that the Sand King was bottom, and so he moved himself toward top to be matched up here. But also, there's a lot of damage coming out here, a lot of magicals, so Kezu could definitely get pressured quite a bit. So I guess you just gotta go immediately onto him. Misery.
Start.
Got the heal out though for Kezu. They've got some body blocks coming in, but with that, should be just fine.
Yeah, Nature's Attendant. So it's going to make it hard for you to get that first kill, even with the 3 of them.
Yeah. It's gonna have some struggle to farm up here though. This top lane for Chaos does seem like it's gonna be problematic. That means Miracle's gonna get great farm on the Lesh. Mind Control should be able to get stuff down bottom anyway, because he's a Sand King. You can always just play around that Sandstorm, because I don't believe they had any sentries.
But for Chaos, at least this is the intended lane setup, right? They don't mind sort of suffering on top because they're giving a good time for the Lifestealer.
Yeah, definitely. Mid lane is actually Matu's getting a ton of denies. Wow. He's playing it super well with the D-Krebs, actually. I could have been wrong about this matchup. I haven't seen this one since the change in TA, so.
I mean, because D-Crep it's pretty spammable, right? It's
Yeah, I think
15-second corner, 3.5 seconds. You know, if you set up the creeps right,
yeah.
you can get a whole wave during that 3.5
Actually,
seconds.
it's a crazy long duration.
3.5 seconds, and the mana cost, I mean, there barely is any, right? It's only 60 mana, that's nothing.
That's actually pretty true. Maybe with like the levels building up, then the TA started, but no, I mean, Matu's doing great in this one, so. Yep, looks like I was wrong.
See up top, another attempt's going to be made onto Kezu. So again, though, has the heal going. It is extra time where Kezu and Misery both just being forced away from that top lane. Kezu really still yet to get a look in on a wave.
Yeah, and instead of going for untouchable in this lane, since it's so much magic damage, he goes for getting the creep, and he also gets, of course, the big Satyr, which is probably the best creep he could have gotten there. Can still like use the blast to at least like the shockwave to secure some blast hits for himself. Extra regen too.
This certainly being the start that, you know, when you draft this carry Lesh, this is what you intend to set up in the lane.
GH. A lot of pressure there. Shockwave as well.
The wave's coming in under Liquid's tower. Miracle will be able to continue to free farm without any sort of interruptions from Misery and Kezu. Down bottom, same to be said for Faded though. VT Faded is getting the farm on his Lifestealer. Mind Control obviously getting a lot more, and Kezu is able to get on that top lane as an offlaner.
BT Fade is missing quite a few last hits though. I've seen him miss at least like 4 down here. As Mind Control will play around it again, and the Sandstorm. He's being annoying. Definitely being annoying on this Sand King.
Mid lane. Don't see Weehar catch back up a little bit, but as you say, it's these denies that are gonna make sure that Matu sort of like hits the 6 before and such, so we can really keep the pressure on Weehar and slow down Weehar's farming lane.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he hits 6 first, you can go for set of kills constantly onto that TA. All right. Yeah, I hadn't seen it since the change with the refraction, so that's actually pretty cool. That matchup in particular.
Drop. Trying to get the pulls off and such, but Milan will be there to interrupt. So it's not going to be that easy to do so. Arcane Rune down bottom will be scouted out as well.
The thing is that Mind Control's having a great time because he's alone. That's the thing, is he doesn't have an extra person with him.
Solo action. Kezu's managed to get a little bit of CS down top, but still definitely suffering with Liquid having this tri-lane hit.
Yeah, and he's not alone either. He's splitting it. He's splitting XP between Misery. That's the difference, is that they're contributing two top heroes. Well, Mind Control's his bottom getting just as much, if not more.
I mean, that mid lane as well has just got even easier for Matu's being able to head down to bottom and grab the Arcane Rune.
Oh man, he has boots already too. Yeah, this is really nicely done so far here by Matoma, man.
Yeah, and I would imagine obviously with those denies, the majority of them will be the range creep, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's pretty much got all the range creep denies.
Yeah.
Matu.
He's gonna hit 6 right after these. Weehaw has to be a little bit careful here of the pressure that can come out. Here it is. He's got the D-Craft is drained.
The play.
Probably won't kill him here, but we'll put a lot of pressure to force it back.
Down bottom, Mind Control. Skip chased out the lane by Milan, but he's able to get over towards the shrine and we'll be able to heal back up. Matu.
He's chasing still.
He is. Refraction's still on cooldown. He's now back up.
He's got another drain.
Well, he wants to do it. Fraction will keep him safe from the blast. The TP comes in as well to make sure the TA is kept safe. But Matu fighting with fire here in this mid lane.
That Arcane Rune almost giving him enough to be able to do that. That reduced mana and a little cooldowns, of course. Weehaw stunned up here by Misery.
Matu's running across as well to see if they can get a shot on him here, but GH is on the high ground. Matu tries to turn with the suck on to Kuroki. Destruction will put a stop to any play.
Those type of life drains are where it's like, I want to get mana. You don't really want to go for a kill there because he's full health and low mana, but he wasn't able actually to get it because that instant disruption. GH will stack some camps here to enable Weehaw after that tough mid matchup. 0-0. Incredibly quiet.
You want to be able to claim that first blood.
Yeah. They're just putting GH in the mid lane to soak, so we're going to assume that Matoma Man's going to try to apply as much pressure as possible onto that tower because they know, you know, you have versus Templar Assassin, TS jungling.
Bottom. Good opening here onto Mind Control.
This time they get him.
Misery able to come in from the trees, catch him out with the double lockdown.
Yeah, I think that's why they picked the line, right? It's like they have the Pango, who doesn't provide any lockdown till 6, so I think that's why they wanted the line.
As soon as that play's made down bottom by Misery, though, they realize that Kezu is potentially vulnerable as Miracle and Kuro move in. He has got the heal, though.
He's got Wand and Fairy Fire as well. It'll be fine.
It is enough to outdo the damage. Misery is able to TP in as well in case they did dive on.
He didn't even have to use either, and he's still almost up to full HP.
Just still unable to burst that Enchantress at this stage, Liquid. At least between the two of them. Maybe with GH there's an opportunity. And especially when he doesn't have the Nature's Attendance, Kezu. They'll try once more. Here we go. Set up. Into the stun. Spirit is upon him. And they'll have it this time, surely.
Oh, yeah.
They got him. That amount of lockdown and no chance for Nature's Attendance. They can do it. It's not easy, and it does require all three heroes. But they get Kezu out of the lane.
Can they put any pressure onto the tower? They glyph for the catapult here, but it looks like it's just going to die anyway. Mid tower also, of course, getting glyphed versus Matumba Man. And we see Milan starting to make the way over to maybe try to secure this mid tower. Matu doesn't have that much mana, so he's actually going to Shrine. And what build is Faded going for? He's just going to be going for the faster pace build that we were talking about. The minus into the armlet this game. It makes sense. He's playing versus the Leshrac, but...
Yeah, I mean, as you said, yeah, minus armlet, then maybe even what the Deso, you pop in Rage, and you have those easy kills.
Yeah.
Then you can sort of just head straight towards in the fights. GH. Had to walk away from his former teammate. Matu not quite having the damage with that life train.
So Matu is starting to fall behind here, at least in the levels. I think in comparison, like Weehaw is going to start just jungling and getting that, at least when he has all these stacks that he can clear, and he does have a triple ancient stack. So level 8, also tied with the Pugna, but like we said, yeah, he's going to move forward to those stacks soon. He's actually going to start first defending the tower, making sure they don't take that one too early on. Even bring Kuroki in. They're also rotating Miracle. They are heavily emphasizing this mid tower. This will be an easy kill onto Misery. Tumba gets caught by the stun, though.
They can get him. He's running away, but he cannot escape.
He gets caught by that by the stomp by GH.
We are with that side hit. He gets the kill.
Yeah.
So more money for the TA. It's already starting to barrel ahead of him. The way that Weehaw's been able to head into the jungle, clean up the neutrals as well. Down bottom, Hex set up. Onto Mind Control. He hasn't got the stun for a couple of seconds. Fade is looking for him. Stick charges will be there. One more right click will do it. Mind Control get the Burrow Strike up. Oh!
He dodged the stun.
Can they get him? They
probably
should have him. No, the Jukes!
No way. He's got another
Where did he go?
He's
Where did he go?
Oh.
Nobody knows. The Jukes are real. He's out in the trees. Mind Control will manage to TP away there.
That stun was so close to hitting him there from Misery. He actually lives that. That's
Where do you think you're?
yeah, he's feeling good. Look at that double. He does both of his chat wheels there.
Up top. Another attempt onto Kezu. He did manage to get off the Nature's Attendance, but it won't matter.
Can't get the stick off.
Three of them have the damage. Now they turn towards Milani. Swashbuckled in for that. Miracle cleans up both of them. Towards mid lane. Matu's being gone upon. He's going to be slowed by the traps. TP in from GH. They're up to the high ground. Matsu getting burst by the physical output from Weeha. Another death on the Pugna.
He really set the trap. He was actually melded on the high ground waiting to get the first hit. Then he gets another second meld off afterwards too to be able to get that extra damage onto Matu. It's a nice setup there from Weeha. Knowing that he's going to try to pressure the tower, just sitting in that meld. 6-1.
6-1, but the goals still continue to be very similar.
Yeah.
As farm is being laid out for Faded down bottom, and with that Midas, be able to continue to ride the good item timings, get the armlet out at a good pace.
Kazu's trying really hard to just defend defend and survive versus that burst damage. Defend this top tower, buying a bracer, buying raindrops, of course, even a belt of strength too. Just trying anything to survive it so he can get the wand off, because he hasn't been able to.
Oh yeah, it's getting harder now. The levels are getting into place for Liquid, especially with these ults being available too. Kuro level 7 on the Shadow Demon.
And look at if you saw the build on Kuro as well, the 0 Shadow Poison, max Soul Catcher.
All about the burst.
Yeah.
It's mind control with his build, as you mentioned in the draft fail of Discord.
Yeah.
It's just going to help them in these situations.
As soon as they pick the Lash right, you know they're going to go for the Veil build for thinking. As he goes up forward for a stun here onto VT Faded, but a trap was set.
TPs are coming in, but they're not going to be in time to save the Sand King. As in fact, Milan, he's rolling in. Maybe see if they could try and set up for more TPs coming inbound, though. So Chaos will back off. They got what they came for. They pay with the life of Faded as they're to set up with the Demonic Purge into the Spirit, dragging him back. Miracle's on top of them with the Diabolic Edict. He's into the creep. BT Faded, he'll stay alive for now. Misery won't be quite as lucky as he is getting back to safety inside the creep of Liquid. Faded. The tower is going to start hitting that creep first. Back towards mid. Weeha trying for the solo play, but a TP comes in. Rage is back up for Faded, and he is able to get out of the creep and get back beneath his tower.
Bit scary there for him for a second, but yeah, we'll be just fine. And he gets to use his Midas nice and quickly. He wasted a couple seconds of it, but he saves his life. And they force a heavy amount of rotations too from Liquid. They only get the 1 kill, I believe it was, on Misery, so definitely worth it there for Chaos. 7-2.
Mind control. Try for this play with the Epicenter.
He has damage.
That's not nearly enough at all.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe felt the harassment was worth it, but that was never going to be a kill.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's exactly what he was doing. Maybe
Push
he's just
him out
trying to
of
push
lane?
him out of the lane because he just
Yeah.
TP'd up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get him out of the lane, force him into the jungle at least, so it gives Mind Control that free place to farm.
Yeah. Not a setup here for Miracle. Milan will just roll in. Does he find him?
He gets out with a TP right underneath his nose. He didn't expect the instant TP in that position, so Milan rolls straight past rather than curving into that hole.
Trying to go for GH here. Misery also getting a wrap around, trying to go for a finger play. Might actually be able to find GH here.
Oh,
His spider sense is gone, but oh, to stop!
well, did he find GH or did GH find him?
That's
GH.
I think that's pretty unlucky there for Misery. GH had no idea he was there. He was stopping the wave. Oh man. I love Yoda. As they continue now, they're gonna put the pressure on here, trying to push a little bit harder here with the Pugna. But on these other two side lanes, you see Weeha instantly pushing in that lane, and also Miracle also set up the top. Maybe here they look to go for Faded.
Still
the
a hard
Edict.
kill.
Yeah, with the double chain stun, if they have
Yeah,
the
it's true.
Edict already active.
If they get the chain stun.
If they have the Edict already active, might be able to go for that one. Liquid pulling ahead here by a decent margin now, 3K. Gotten the important tier 1 so far for themselves as well.
Here we go, Milan. Himself a Shadow Demon. It's a poke at Matu. Tries to go for the sub, but there's the turnaround. Kuro gets the Demonic Purge out. TP's coming in towards the shrine as Liquid. They'll turn. Take down Matu. Milan got to roll himself away, and with the roll TP will be able to escape. But that is Matu getting killed once more. He's 0-3-0 on the Pugna. Did have that good showing in the lane, but has not been able to do too much with his hero outside of that.
No, he is very squishy, and in the game where you're playing versus Shadow Demon, I was talking about the SD, he can always throw the Purge on the Lifestealer, but if he throws the Demonic Purge on the Pugna, you can never decrep yourself to get this TA off you. So you're just free pickings.
Misery will get the finger off. They do find Kuro. Misery will fall for it. Faded comes in, but they don't have detection prepared around this area. Matsu's trying to head across, but Mind Control's already out with the Burrow Strike towards the safety of his teammates. At least Misery, he did get that finger buff before he went down.
I think Miracle now also has boots of travel, so he can look to split push and join his team in pretty much every single fight. And it looks like, yeah, they want to battle in the mid lane. Matumba gets caught by the stun.
And there's the combo again for GH. Matu, it will go up into the air, but there's so much damage, Decrepify or not, it doesn't matter. Liquid can fight through it to kill him. As that is, again, another time where Matu comes out in lane, instantly gets picked off.
They're starting to snowball pretty hard here on Liquid, getting all these kills, getting all this set up too. And when they do get these kills, another one, they can look to just go for the Roche with Weehaw easily with this Deso, as well as that Blink finished up. But just continuing to apply pressure rather than going for that Roche first here on Liquid.
An attempt come into play. Mind Control straight away in with the Burrow Strike onto Milan. Milan trying to roll out. Will be able to get the Thunder off. They have the sentries down, so they can take down Mind Control, as well as Kuroky, as they have the numbers. Milan maybe seeing if he can catch out another, but Miracle's already out into the shadows.
Very nicely done with the Infest there, catching them off guard. While Matumba was still dead, they made that play, so it does probably catch Liquid a little bit off guard.
Still keeping Faded's game looking very nice on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, still has it.
Deso's going to be coming in at a very good time after the Armlet Midas. You can see there. Still, the Weehaw TA does sit at the top. Blink, Deso himself finished in a very impressive timing and going for that BKB next.
Faded just gets hit by 2 side blades, gets chunked down to pretty much no HP. They're pinging him out. GH is kind of like looking for some type of move, it looked like they're just letting his team know how low the Lifestealer was.
GH doesn't only have that Spirit Vessel.
Yeah.
Which is going to make life very hard for Kezu in these fights.
And
every
Matu.
single time. Yeah, you're right.
Both of them.
And the life drain just sort of been put to an entire stop.
Yeah. Miracle looks like he wants to try to set up for Matumba him. He has heals, but yeah, right next to the tower.
It's fine. The Bates had 2 TPs. 3 TPs, in fact. That was 3 TPs used for that response.
They got to make something happen. Amazingly, they're like, yeah, we brought too much here. We have
got to
to
do something
smoke.
else.
So try to find something here. Maybe get a wrap around to catch somebody. What can they actually find, though? Kuroky might actually be the one to just break the smoke.
Looks like he has. And that's going to get him with the swashbuckle. Mind Control and Weehaw are there, though. They'll lose Kuro. Mind Control goes in with the Burrow Strike. Weehaw still trying to hit from the side. Will be able to take down Milan before the Rolling Thunder's out. The wraparound's there as well from Miracle. As they've found 3, they'll get Matu as well, as this is turning into a little bit of a slaughter.
Yeah, they can go into the Roche if they want to. Miracle actually still wants to continue chasing. He has the Yules, and they should
got another
get this
catch. Liquid team wiping Chaos at 18 minutes in, 7k lead. This game is getting pretty out of control.
Yeah. That was Chaos doing the smoke off. Kuroky breaks it. Sure, Kuroky dies, but more than worth it for him as they kill the entire team. Pick themselves up. She's level 18 now on TA. Weehaw. 5-0 and 4, even though he had first few levels inside that laning phase with Tomoman had the edge, but now all for the
at this point, they only really have Faded that's strong on Chaos.
Yeah.
And even then, he has to be so sort of active during the rage timing. As soon as that rage is gone, as you say, if he gets chain stunned, they'll kill him.
I mean, even during the rage, he can still get kited because they have the Purge. If he does just throw the Purge on top of the Lifestealer.
That heavy hitting of the TA.
Yeah.
Meld hit or 2. And this Lifestealer gets sort of 3-4 hit down.
Yeah. And now it's a full BKB as well on the TA, so
you
had chances of controlling him before, now not at all.
No. This game has gotten very hard for Chaos.
Yeah. They have to make something big happen with their Deso reveal when Faded gets it, but it's going to be into an Aegis of Liquid.
And I mean, this sort of timing, this sort of play, this is, I guess, what RNG were dreaming of right earlier when we saw them drop to position 1 lash. Like this is how you got to play. You have to set it up in this tri lane where you guarantee the Lesh a good start, because then it can start to overtake the game.
Just when you have easier heroes to set up for it, like Shadow Demon Lesh is just it's just such an old school combo. It was like that for a reason.
And it's even
easy.
better now, right, with the new Soul
Yeah,
Catcher.
new
You get those kills because of that quick and fast burst.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with the ET, it just amplifies the Lesh even more as they get the stun, and he's gone.
He's gone indeed. No chance for a TP out from Milan. It's Weeha 6-0-4. This has been quite the game for the Weeha TA, and he's going to feel pretty good as the new boy in town. Really knocking down Matsu. The lane was okay for Matsu, but other than that, he's not really been able to do a whole lot on his Pugna, whereas Weeha, he's just been taking over the whole game.
Yeah, it does feel like I mean, Liquid just maneuvering and just playing just better around the whole map pretty much this entire time so far in this game. Chaos had a few moments in the early game where they were able to at least get like the towers and the wraparounds and stuff like that, but now it's all Liquid. As they're already looking to breach toward that high ground. There's the Deso finished up on the lifesteal like we were mentioning, but it's into that BKB also on the TA, so all of Liquid very strong here as they can send the Leshrac back to push, and then he can come right back. Milan, okay.
Let's get the control onto Weeha, but with that BKB, he turns, stun out onto Misery, will get them the one kill, jump up to the high ground. Weeha gets the double, the little one's faded, Demonic Purge is out, slowing him down. This should be another one for the TA, and it certainly is. Weeha godlike with the triple kill. You saw Mind Control jumping up to the high ground, seeing if he could fish and try and find for a fourth. But even so, Weeha just racking up the kills. 9-0-4. It's one of his best heroes, the TA, and it's certainly showing here.
It was pretty surprising to see them jump out to go for him when he has Aegis, as well as the BKB, right? Maybe they didn't see the BKB, but they know he has Aegis.
This is just one of those games where, as a team, they're so far behind, it's just falling apart for them.
Yeah.
They're just trying to go for desperate plays. They know that this one is very hard to swing around.
Trying to slow him down. They'll burn that Aegis.
3. Follow-up stun. Defensive disruption from Kuro will keep him safe for now. Allows him to get the blink off. They will manage to push them away from taking the tier 3 tower for the moment.
But it's costly. All the way up to the 11k, well, 11k gold lead for a second there. As Chaos is all just kind of trapped in their base. They're trying to make their way out to try to maybe find something here. Maybe look for Miracle down bottom as he's doing the split push. But I think they're going to be just a little bit too late here. We look at that line drawn, Miracle knows. He's like, yeah, they're walking through traps. So we do see them trying to set up for me, and yeah, he knows. He's just backing up and playing it safe. Yeah, sorry, it's just feeling like there's very limited movements here for Chaos. They're just trying to get some type of farm. But it does seem like they can just lose anybody in one stun. Any hero that gets stunned just can get burst down from Liquid easily from this TA. Weeha just way too farmed at this point. Even faded as we saw.
Yeah, still very vulnerable. He's queuing up that SMY and then the AC, but maybe a bit of him that feels they needs to just get that armor even sooner really than the all-round stats. Having a plate mail may sort of help him at least survive the physical burst if he gets disabled. As that armor reduction, of course, from the TA is so heavy, the Meld and Deso that Weeha has.
Yeah, he went for the Meld Dispel as well in this game, instead of going for the armor reduction. I think just because he's playing versus Pugna.
Yeah.
Just annoying. Pugna, Lifestealer, a good decent amount of things to just dispel off yourself to be able to move. As they'll be able to pick up another item, probably the most important one after that BKB for the Templar Assassin versus a Pugna, the Nullifier. Now you don't have to worry at all about defensive decreps either, and you can always focus on using the Demonic Purge on the Lifestealer. Yeah, Chaos. They're all gathered together. They're trying to find something around maybe like the Bounty Rune. Trying to catch Liquid when they're split up. But Liquid just moving, for the most part, together.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Let's see if Chaos can pick themselves back into this game.
There's the Nullifier too.
And we are just so fun.
Yeah,
It's 17,000 net worth.
314 last
Yeah,
hits.
no one is even close to this TA right now.
Yeah. They set him up for success, right? In the lane, he had a little bit of trouble, but they stacked for him. They had tons of stacks. GH was making sure he set those up. It's okay. The trap on the high ground. They know that they're there.
And they didn't go for anything
They
there.
did not.
Chaos, they were all around it, but they were still scared to commit. They didn't want to try and go for a play.
They know that all of Liquid was there.
So they just stood as 4 and watched them take a bounty run.
They're
It's
just not-
kind of awkward.
They're not sure what to do.
Yeah.
They're too weak to be able to take a fight. They're so low level. Don't have the farm either. They don't have the things to deal with these BKBs too. As Liquid, they're just gonna smoke and probably run into them here. Gonna try to maybe go for a little bit of a wrap.
Miracle's putting some heavy pressure onto the top racks at the same time.
And he botsed up there even. So they're being confident only with 4 heroes walking in here.
There's the jump on the lounge. It's a quick way to start the fight. They'll look to see if they can chase down more. Nullifier's going to be out onto Matu. Hex will be out from Misery to make sure that the TA can't chase for now. But now the Hex wears off. We are ready to go for more from the low ground. Able to get the meld hit out onto Misery. Misery's dead. Instantly buys back. They'll come in for the plays and see if Chaos can try and catch someone out on the return. Kuro turns. Mind controls in with the burrow strike onto Misery. That's a dieback from the Lion. Does get the finger out, but it doesn't get a kill. BT faded, trying towards Kuroki. Milan rolling through the mist of the ball, but the BKB's out, and Weeha moves back across. Mind controls in with the 2-man burrow strike. Jump forward from Weeha, gets the double kill. Looks towards
my
Kezu.
God.
Triple kill once again for Weeha, as Chaos just getting torn apart by Liquid, and by more specifically, Weeha himself. 13-0-6, the team around him offering more than enough control for Weeha to just get in, get the damage done, and he's running away with it. Bottom lane, tier 2 towers being taken. He's going to start working on his Orchid into Bloodthorn. 15k lead, 26 to 8. This game very much in the hands of Liquid unless Chaos can pull off a massive upset.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're just picking up more and more, and that fight, that's a fight where they're around their shrine with all their heroes kind of positioned. They use a buyback, and they still can't even pretty much kill like almost anybody. They get Miracle, which is great. They get Kuro as well, but they had to commit absolutely everything to go for them. Looks like Milan maybe having a little bit of lag or something, just instantly disconnect. But yeah, feeling super hard, if not almost impossible here for Chaos. Is just VT Faded, like you said, who's having that really good time. Kezu is not able to deal that much damage in the fights, and the Untouchable just doesn't feel like it's, I mean, at this point, it's not doing anything.
No, the heal just doesn't kick in fast enough to deal with the crazy amount of, not just magical, but physical burst between the heroes and Liquid. They have very high burst output.
Yeah, it's all on Lifestealer, and he's versus, like we said, he's versus some counters.
It has been, it's been a very underwhelming game from Matu. This was what it was, the last pick, right? You had last pick. You pick, if the hero that you had last pick for the mid goes 0-6 and 2 at 27 minutes, and something's gone wrong.
Yep.
You had that 5th pick, and your 5th pick has done nothing this game.
After the laning phase, yeah, he just wasn't able to get anything. They just weren't able to work around it pretty much at all with their lineup. And here they're just trapped in their base until the more than likely inevitable defeat with Liquid having another item also being brought out in full Orchid. Oh, they will be able to find Kuro.
There we go, they get a kill. Mind Control does go in with the burrow strike. They have the sentry down. Weeha's going to commit with the BKB. Look towards Matu. Matu is going to get the Decrepify purged off by the Nullifier. Faded does pick up a second though. He's able to focus down Miracle. They'll try and chase for more here, Chaos. The slow onto Weeha. Mind Control's taken out. Can they catch Weeha though? Will be able to blink away. Meanwhile, GH does manage to get the stomp and TP off. He'll get out of there, but Chaos able to take definitely the best trade they've had so far this game. Taking 3 heroes down. They do lose Matu for it, but they get 3 heroes. That is a little bit of a gold swing back in Chaos's favor.
Faded still able to like stick on targets. He was able to find the Shadow Demon right at the start too, and having this high damage with that Deso. Miracle has 0 armor. I mean, he hasn't gone for like any of the. He hasn't gone for the armor talent, and he went for the Bloodstone, and now going back for BKB. So he's very squishy versus that minus armor that comes through.
Maybe the Faded Lifestealer can do it. It's not going to be easy. It's not an easy game, even for a farmed Lifestealer.
It's just because he's alone. If he had anybody else who was close, he'd be. I'd give him a little bit more. It's still super tough for him because all the pressure is on the Lifestealer, and he's versus the Demonic Purge. You see now he's queuing up a Linken's, so he can actually be able to protect himself during the Rage. He can Rage, and then if they do throw the only thing that can break it, of course, is the Demonic. So Gets out of it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Is he gonna be able to do it? Like we said, still very tough. Weehaw just constantly setting these traps all over the map too, keeping all that information for his team.
Starting to come out on the map themselves, Chaos now.
Got themselves a little bit of breathing room off of that. All just positioned here behind the Lifestealer. They pretty much just have to play behind
Radiant's
VT
top
Faded now.
tower is under attack.
And yeah, Matumba is still 0 and 7.
Dire are
Unable to
scanning.
find any type of breathing room for himself.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The rune spawns. Be Liquid to control the majority of them. Haste rune as well to be picked up down bottom.
Looks like they're playing a little bit of the farm game to pick up their next item, at least on Liquid. Looks like they want Miracle's BKB before he actually gets involved again, because he's just died twice back to back in pretty much one disable. On the side of Chaos, they're also getting close to finishing up a couple items. I think Kezu is almost at the BKB. Yeah, VT Faded also pretty much has the Lincoln, so you could see them. You could see both teams have a similar timing for a smoke to look for a play.
Chaos on the high ground. Miracle is pushing out a little bit far, but still not far enough for Chaos to feel comfortable to go for a play on him. Roshan,
They can't let them get this rush for free.
can they get in the pit though? It's hard. They don't have another Pango. They need the Pango. Milan. If he's able to get in, maybe he can try and throw a span in the works, but it's not going to happen quick enough.
He pops the ult too, and he rolls it.
But
He's
Aegis
just
and
rolling.
Cheese has been picked up.
Yeah, he's just keeping out.
She's going the way of Weeheart. Aegis, I believe, on Miracle.
Radiant's top tower is under
It's
attack.
time for them to push.
Time to push forward here. I mean, now it's super hard because now even you can't just kill Miracle. That's the thing that's been happening in the last few fights. Why they were able to actually push Liquid away is because they killed Miracle at the start. Now BKB and Aegis nowhere near as easy. So full Lincolns, as we were mentioning on that Lifestealer, to deal with that Demonic Purge in general. So you can try to stick on some targets.
They're still just waiting on those item timings, Liquid.
Yeah, they've gotten a
They feel
couple.
very close to some of them. I mean, Bloodthorn is
Yeah.
very close for Weehaw.
Yashikaya as well here for Miracle coming out.
They know themselves that they do have this large advantage. There's no real reason for them to rush an ending.
They can play the nice farm game because they have these boots of travel. They have such high mobility on their heroes as well that they can always run and catch up to each other.
You know, Chaos as well will be very unlikely to lead the base, especially
Yeah.
when this Aegis and Cheese is in the hands of Liquid. It's just not really a fight that Chaos can go poking around and looking to start themselves. Effective extra 2 lives on Liquid's cause. So there we have it.
Yeah,
Bloodthorn's coming out for Weeheart.
they're just keeping all the lanes pushed in, and they have GH. GH is jungling, while the other heroes are all just pushing in lanes. So he's just trying to farm his BKB, while the rest of them farm their next item.
They're just maximising the efficiency.
Yeah,
As Chaos are only really left to deal with the lanes that come in underneath the towers. And they have to make sure that they do stick close to their towers whilst they farm them.
yeah, they're just suffocating. But now Miracle, he does have this Yashikaya with the bots, with the Yules. He's got that, the 550, what everybody loves so much on that Leshrac. That max movement speed, so he can just run around and kite that Lifestealer. BKB finished for Kezu. So now he could have a little bit easier time focusing heroes, but he's been having a tough one. He hasn't been able to really get many impetus out at all.
The Dagon being scaled up a little bit by Matsus, now level 3 on the Dagon.
Yeah, they're trying to get anything possible. It's Liquid just farming, just keeping all that farm up. Just farm everything. Efficiency.
I'm surprised there. Weehaw.
Yeah.
Majority of the stats up at the top: kills, deaths, GPM, hero damage, last hits. It's all his at the moment. TA. So now we'll see Faded. Try and commit with the rage, jumping off the back lines. Misery will be able to get the Hex off first to make sure that Weehaar's unable to burst him down. Now pops the BKB. Weehaar moving in, they've killed off Milan. Turn towards Kezu. Kezu with his own BKB, and the Nature's Attendants will stand his ground and can turn with the dust now onto Mind Control. And the defensive destruction for Kuro does come in. Mind control. He's going to be healed back up to full. He's hiding himself in the trees, but they've got the vision. The impetus will finish him off. They get one. Can they get more? Decrepify, stun, Dagon as well. They've caught out the Shadow Demon. Kuroki falls as well. Chaos will hold. Miracle's on the high ground. Does manage to lay down a stun to catch out Misery as he heads up there. Weeha's already back in. Finds Matu on the back lines. But now they can turn towards Weeha.
He's looking
Faded. See if he can bite through these refractions in times. Weeha's going to have Blink back up.
He's got the combo too. He's got Nullifier as well as that Bloodthorn.
See if he can get into his hunting in the trees. Looking for the easier kill. Will he find Milan? He will. Weeha's got vision, finds Milan hiding. Chaos may have been able to punch back and hold. Did require them to buy back on Milan though. He's now gone for over a minute. Miracle sees the opportunity to run straight back in. In fact, charging here at Kezu. But Faded is around. Will pop him the once. That's the Aegis gone on Miracle.
He's got BKB up when he is up again here. He was just trying to force vision. He just lose the Aegis there.
Still feeling a little scared to push for the second half of the racks. They'll back off Liquid.
Decent hold.
Just slowly increasing their advantage, but not forcing it too hard there. They still continue to play it rather safe. Their lead does continue to grow though, 22k advantage.
Yeah, we see VT Faded still able to do a lot of work. Just Matu just gets killed super early in the fight. Kezu as well as VT Faded were the only ones really able to dish out too much there in that one, but yeah, Liquid is able to disengage with their important heroes, at least on the TA as well as that Lash.
Mind control.
Jumping forward.
Cancel the TP at least, and the rest of Liquid is inbound. Kezu is in a lot of trouble. There's the combo. As defensive Decrepify will come out. Will allow Kezu to hide in the trees, pop a BKB, but it costs Matu his life and it won't save Kezu. Liquid have the physical damage. Weeha takes him out.
And they're both dead for, yeah,
They
60
don't have
seconds on Kezu.
buybacks. Liquid's in on the top racks.
Level 25 on Miracle as well too, with that Diabolic Edict extra explosions. They can definitely look for another set. VT Faded is already prepped with that Infest.
What can they do to slow this down? It's been a pretty flawless game for Liquid across the board. Specifically, Weeha and GH, both of those have not died this game. 17-0-7 on Weeha, 6-0-18 on GH.
They've got the blink on Milan. They're trying to get some type of surprise plays to the backlines here.
They brought in the Lifestealer. Mel Bash is coming out from Weeha, causing some issues. Faded trying to turn and fight. There'll be a buyback from Misery. Faded having to back up onto the high ground, but Mind Control's waiting with the Burrow Strike. A buyback comes out from Faded. Milan's already taken out though, as they just continue to fall on Chaos. Jump in, they'll get the Hex out, and Decrepify, they are able to burst Weeha. That's Weeha dead. That's a hell of a lot of money going the way of Misery. 1,348 gold for the Lion. And it will stop the push. It will stop the push. Faded, still seeing if he can try and poke for more.
He's gotta be careful.
He's got Rage back up in a second. Is it actually going to be soon enough? There's the Rage. He'll try and turn, get some lifesteal off. He's into the creep. Trying to get himself back to the base, but Misery does get found in the trees. He jumps back out, Faded. Will be able to get back up to the high ground. And there's a 70-second window, no TA, so Chaos will have the full lineup back up when that push comes into play again with the TA. But still though, they need Liquid to throw quite a few more times than that.
Oh yeah. Maybe
Once is not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Once is not going to be enough for Chaos. They need that to happen at least 2 or 3 more times.
Yeah, there's still too much. Like, this insurmountable gold lead is just way too high. 33,000. Weeha there, he blinks forward very aggressively. They didn't need to force that forward. They could have slowed down it. He didn't want to. They wanted to just go for the dive play to end the game right there and then. And it gives a couple more signs of life for Chaos, but still super difficult because that was still VT Faded's buyback. So he is now 25, so he has that extra rage duration.
Yeah, but even that, as we're seeing, the Mel Bash is so annoying for him. He pops the wounds and suddenly he's getting bashed up. Refresher picked up by Miracle.
And he can't kill the backline. That's the thing. It's like we saw them jump into the backline immediately, but they're tanky. Kuroki has a mech. GH has a BKB. Like, they're not easy targets to get brought down from this Lifestealer because of the advantage that Liquid has. And yeah, Refresher on the Lash. It's all maxed out already anyway, so. Crazy how farm they are. But I guess they have had map control for quite a long time. As now, with everybody up, they're going to look to close this one out. Glyph is available for Chaos here. They have a Blink Dagger on Misery now, too.
go. Miracle's going to be focused. Defensive disruption from Kuro keeps him safe for now. BKB's now popped by Miracle. They'll turn. They've got the damage. They're bringing him low. He's got the Bloodstone heal. That'll keep him fine. He's able to get back down to the low ground and away from them as Matu and Misery have been taken out. Weehaw turns towards another. The Nullifier control onto the lifestealer means there's no escape for Faded. GG is called as this game one's over. Not necessarily the quickest, but definitely a painful one for Chaos. A very slow and painful one as that game's end 39k lead for Liquid, and a game that Chaos were never really in.
Yeah, it did feel like when you saw a couple of those deaths happening from Matumba Man in the mid lane, it really just stopped him completely. It was similar to the last game where we saw Monet, where he died like once or twice, and it felt like the game was super difficult for him. Same thing happened to Matu. He had a decent start in the first few levels, pressure in the lane, and then he dies once, comes back to mid again, dies the second time, and his game feels like it's just done from there. It's so hard for him to come back.
It really was 0, 10, and 8, and then you look at Weehaw, 21, 1, and 9.
Yeah, he had a spectacular game.
If there's anything you can be sure, Matu's going to be he's going to be pretty pumped up after that game, right? You know, you just got kind of destroyed. Game 2, he's gonna come back fighting.
Yeah, they're gonna need to.
They've shot him down pretty
else.
hard this game. This is Chaos getting rolled over by Liquid. I don't think Matu's gonna let that happen twice.
No, I don't think so. This one seemed like
this was just not a good game from Chaos, and it was a stellar performance, of course, from Liquid. Just another reminder, really, you can't forget about the Weehaw TA. You know, if there's a chance for him to play TA, it really is. You know, back at Epicenter, right, it was TA and Wind Ranger.
And that was pretty much it, yeah.
And nowadays, you know, I mean, I guess Wind Ranger is still good. I don't know. Of course, we didn't get to ourselves to see the other series. I don't know if they played it necessarily in that one, but these two heroes, it's Weehaw.
He's super good on them.
This is a guy who's played so much Dota and so many games on these two heroes. He's gonna run away with the game on them. He really did in that one.
Yeah.
Of course, thanks to the rest of the team. Great all-round lanes. They were able to get that Miracle Leshrac lane going really well early on.
Yeah.
And GH, you know, flawless out of time performance.
They applied
7-0-21.
so much pressure with their supports.
Yeah.
That's the big thing I noticed, right? Like Kuroki, he was everywhere, it seemed like, with his soul catchers, and then also GH was always there with the follow-up stomps. Same with Miracle. Yeah, they set up Weehaw for tremendous success.
They did indeed. But as I said, I reckon, you know, Matu, he's gonna be furious now.
He's like, give me a carry, don't give me Pugna. Give me a carry hero, I'm going to do this.
Exactly. Matu, he's going to get to choose what he plays next game. I can feel it. It's going to be, what do you want, Matu? And we're going to see. But this game...
He might have wanted Pugna in that one, too.
He might have wanted to. But he won't say that. He'll be like, yeah, it was Kez who drafted it. I didn't want it. You know, I didn't say Pugna. But no, a rough game for Chaos. We'll see if they can pick it up in Game 2. Liquid in with a very flashy Game 1 victory. We'll see after the break for Game 2 between Liquid and Chaos. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TI9 group stages. I'm ODPixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we are
Hello.
halfway through our third series of the day that we've been covering on this stream, which is, of course, Liquid versus Chaos. We just had game one. Liquid pretty much crushed it. There was never really a chance for Chaos in that first game. But let's see if there's going to be a chance for them in this game, too, as the draft has begun. We'll be able to get it on your screens right now. And let's have a look. Let's see how they change it up.
No.
Chaos.
Elder Titans banned. No. My hero.
Well, yeah, it is, yeah. It's this
Let's
time. I guess
take it
what
out.
Chaos still had the first pick, so Liquid not wanting to first put the ET, even though it
Really?
was Liquid themselves, who we saw with the ET last game.
Is ET gonna be the most picked hero? And I
It's-
didn't put
so
ET.
at least on our games that we've seen, it certainly has been, on the ones we've seen on this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, you know, we've covered quite a variance of teams, so
Yep.
it's either a bit of a coincidence or it's actually something that's happening all around the tournament so far.
So
ET.
this time Chaos they leave Chen and Magnus, which were banned
Mhm.
previously, and
Yep.
they preferred to take out the Pangolier as well as the CM this time.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see. First pick, Chaos. What are they going to do? They got to switch it up. They got to change it up. Game one was not good. Time for new strats, new plans, new ideas. We know Kezu and Mizuru have got them. They're going to be talking with each other.
I want them to pick more like team fight that just works together. I always say this. I've said it since Kezu's been playing. I want him playing just team fight heroes. I think it just fits him as a just
Sure.
the way he plays. He's not
Not
that
like
greedy.
not like a carry hero.
Yeah.
Not like an AFK farming hero.
I want him playing his Mars.
Someone with the
Something
team.
like that. Yeah, something
I
like
mean, Mars was what was winning them games in EU.
yeah.
In the EU qualifiers, yeah, that is for sure. They'll get themselves to Shadow Demon. This is a good
It was
start.
a great start.
Shadow
yeah.
Demon looked great last game in the
Amazing
hands
hero.
of Liquid. And Chaos will be able to grab it for themselves, utilising that first pick very nicely. See what Liquid get as the old 1-2 to open up themselves. So they, of course, they're going to have to go different. No Shadow Demon, no ET.
10
We'll need a
seconds
different
remaining.
support pairing this game. Could certainly certainly have the chance of seeing the mind control Sand King again, though. He had a pretty solid time.
Yeah, he was really annoying, right?
Yeah.
Like in the laning phase, he was obnoxious. Sure, he got killed a couple times, but he was just there.
He was getting
just always
farm.
there.
He was getting levels.
Yeah.
He was getting a lot out of the lane, yeah, despite dying a few times. A Liquid.
They're discussing something, maybe some like double picks that they want to do together,
Mhm.
like a combo, because they're taking a decent amount of time in their first pick here. Maybe they're wondering if they want to steal a hero. Maybe they're like, they could Shadow Demon Lesh us. Maybe we just want to take away the Lesh from them, potentially.
Yeah, there's other Lash combos to pick.
Yeah.
If they did want to make sure that Chaos don't get that Lash.
And they could still look for something like the Lesh. If they want to do the Sand King too, the Lesh and the Sand King. It is 2 cores probably, but okay, they're totally switching it up. Cool.
Nature's Prophet.
Because they do have their Chen. They could also go for a push strat too, right? On
Oh,
Liquid.
yeah, so when Chen is still there.
Because
right
Chen
there.
is there, so
Yep.
that is an option that they could do. They're still taking their time though. It took a lot of time for them to pick a Nature's Prophet. That's interesting. But yeah, I do think that's one of the options is that they
10
could look for
seconds
just a
remaining.
push lineup. Let's see what
Well,
it's
if that
gonna
is
be.
the case, they
5
could still go
seconds
Nature's
remaining.
Prophet Lash.
That is also true.
Chaos
See what it's gonna be.
Esports turn to pick.
Okay.
Admiral Conker.
Cool.
Okay. And with the Kunkka picked earlier, getting, as we are saying, is that hero that can be run in multiple positions. You would lean more towards it being the mind control Kunkka, or do you think they're more likely to put Weeha on it?
10 seconds.
That's actually a good point.
Because who would play the Kunkka in your eyes on Liquid?
I think I'd still say.
seconds remaining.
That's a good point. I think I'd still say we, but no, it could definitely be mind control. Yeah.
Because then I guess
it's gonna be-
because it could be mind control on the Prophet. Then
That's the one. Yeah,
That's
I think
the
he's
thing, right?
probably.
because he is the Prophet, man. He is
Yeah.
literally one of the best Prophet players in the world.
So this is cool too, though, that they picked the Kunkka, and what's the other thing that Chaos can play? Brood Mother, right? Now they've got the protection. They don't have
No.
to worry about the Brood. And I think that's one of the heroes that could have slipped
But
through
the-
for Chaos.
Is this another secret
dominant.
trick? Is this them
They could.
exactly Liquid setting up to pick Brood for themselves?
Do they play Brood? Does Weehaw play Brood?
Yeah, definitely, right? He's Micro Man. He's a meepo
Yeah,
man.
he plays Brood.
He
Yeah, that's-
plays
yeah.
Brood.
Oh, so
surely.
maybe.
He's definitely a Brood player. Yeah,
I'm trying to
maybe,
think back if I've seen
maybe.
him play, but he probably is. And yeah,
So
as we
this,
expected.
This is what you thought. This is what you
Yeah.
thought would happen.
That's why I thought that they might just take it, just
Yeah.
because they didn't want
If you can't
Chaos to
beat
take
them,
it.
steal the strats.
Yeah.
Steal the draft. Take them. So this is Chaos with
We've
the
had
liquid draft from game 1.
We've
Shadow
had
Demon Lesh.
4 Leshracs on our stream as well. 3, 4.
No, just 3, I think.
We've had 3. Okay.
I think Monet losing was the first time we saw it.
Okay.
10
You might be right, yeah.
seconds
I think-
remaining.
And it's been a long day.
Maybe we did have one more.
5 seconds.
Who played it then?
remaining.
I think you're right. It's been a long day.
Did they play it in Secret Alliance? I
they
don't
might
think
have.
they. Well, who played it in Secret Alliance?
No.
I don't. No, I think we
No, you're right.
And hey,
They ban it.
They do ban the Brood.
They
I mean,
banned
I
it.
think
Yeah,
as
I
we
think
said,
so. Yeah.
we are definitely plays it, and
Good.
Liquid could go for it.
Cool.
Of course, no, Mind Control used to play it on the offlane a lot, didn't it?
He did.
A few
That's
years
true.
ago.
That was yeah.
It was Mind Control was a big Brood player. I mean, Mind Control could play everything.
Oh man, that's
No.
that's how we're gonna be. That's how we're gonna be at this for these group stages, huh? It's the team that for whoever picks Kunkka, you have to ban Brood by the
Yeah.
system because they're
Because
gonna
you
Kunkka
can't pick
Brood.
it, so they're gonna pick it. Yeah.
I love it actually. The mind games.
Liquid. So they've seen this Shadow Demon, the Lesh. Of course, Lesh could still be in multiple positions,
Mm-hmm.
but as we have seen it, the majority just being the position 1 Lesh
Yeah.
in the games that we followed today. But every reason for it to be put back towards the middle. I don't know, but Matumba Man Lesh isn't really a hero that's sort of a Matumba Man hero, really, is it?
Doesn't really feel like it.
No.
Not too much.
So
No.
it probably is more likely to
Oh,
be somewhere on one of the side lanes.
are they gonna Alchemist? Is Liquid
I mean,
looking for an
I
Alchemist?
was going to say, you've got to be a little worried about the fact that Alchemist is still
He's
in
still
the pool.
in the pool. They banned the Bloodseeker, the old school counter. Even though it's different now because you get attack speed instead of damage. We still see some people doing it, at least in the pubs. Also, decent hero
I
with the
think
Shadow
Chaos
Demon.
might just ban it.
10
Yeah.
seconds
I think they
remaining.
might.
You
too.
ban the Brood. If you're banning Brood, you're thinking along the lines of these just, these
5 seconds
insta
remaining.
game winning heroes, and I think you've got to be thinking about the Alch.
I'm on the Alch ban.
You know, regardless of where this Kunkka or Nature's Prophet are laning, there's absolutely room for an Alchemist to be fitted into Liquid's draft.
Yep. You just put it on Miracle safe lane. Boom.
Yeah.
Let's see, they're taking their time. Maybe they're also thinking, hey, we might want to protect our Lash. Do we ban Pugna? Do we ban Nyx? Because that's like we said the last one. Remember, like
Well, we saw Pugna was not an
Pugna
issue
did
last
not-
game for
yeah,
Liquid when
it was
Miracle was
not.
playing Lesh.
so maybe not.
I think out of the two, Nyx is probably more so right, because Nyx at least offers a lot of potential in terms of killing it. Pugna, it sort of works both ways, right? Because sure, the ward is annoying, but at the same time,
You're
it's
all
hard for you to
magic.
sit there and suck because you're going to get stunned. Decrepify's not going to save people. They ban the Lifestealer, so something that they themselves obviously feels very strong against the Lesh, because obviously last game we saw
Oh.
them draft it. Liquid actually going to ban the Alch themselves. They don't want to play it.
Okay.
They want to play other heroes, including the Mirana.
Fun.
So, Mirana obviously having that set up already,
Yep. with
having the
Kunkka.
Kunkka,
Oh,
I mean,
that's
having the
really nice.
Sprout as well. It's not as reliable, but still something you got to be wary of.
It's a hero that can always
And again, doesn't really show too much about who's playing
10
who.
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Because there is that flexibility with all three heroes so far in Liquid's lineup.
5
Sometimes you can get the
seconds
leap off
remaining.
before, like the stun out of the SD, put under with Leshrac. Sometimes you can. Unless they perfectly time it, of course, but it's probably more
No,
so
I
just
mean,
for the
leaps-
karma.
Is Leap instant? Is there any sort of... It's
You can still
pretty
probably...
instant.
Yeah, it's
or is there a
pretty
few
instant, but
frames?
I think you can still probably time it perfectly with the Lesh and the SD, but
Okay.
they go for the Ogre. This we saw what the Ogres was able to do, at least with I think the only one we saw was with Boxy, right?
Was the only
It was
one we saw
banned. It
today?
was banned every other game, I think, right? I think so.
Was it? I don't know. It was Battlefield 6 ignored in a few of them, wasn't
It
it?
was ignored in a few and banned in a few. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Ogre, pressure hero. So a lot of pressure already coming out, it looks like, from what Chaos wants to do here with
10
these.
I mean, we're
seconds
seeing
remaining.
Liquid just going for a Drow lineup here. Drow, Mirana, Prophet, Kunkka
5
with the beef.
seconds remaining.
Right click down a Lesh. You could do it, right?
Possible, yeah.
We saw it earlier today from who was running the Drow strat? It was
RNG?
RNG.
Yeah, and it was.
Didn't win the game, but it
was
looked
close.
strong. It looked
Yeah.
very strong. Because I would imagine Weeha's going to play the Mirana.
That's
right?
what I'm thinking too, right?
I'm imagining this is
And
going to be Weeha
switching it
Mirana.
up. Kuroki NP, Mind Control Kunkka,
Yes,
right?
I
That's
think
kind of what I'm
that
along
seems
the
to
lines
fit
of.
be what's hope it's the best. But no.
Just kidding.
JK. It's a mid Storm Spirit for Weeha.
Is it a
Or
mid-storm?
is it? Or is this the position for GH Storm? You tried support Storm.
I
haven't
did
you?
try
You
support.
did try
I won a
support
lot
Storm.
of pubs with support Storm, I do have to say, but
Did
I
you?
don't think
Have you
we'll
talked
see
to
it.
pros about support Storm?
I mean,
Been
I
like-
tried. They
yeah.
called me an idiot, so
Okay.
I also got called an idiot when I told them to support Invoker, though. So
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like isn't Storm as well a hero that Miracle likes playing?
that's what I'm thinking too, right?
Like I feel
mean,
Miracle is definitely a player who would play a side lane Storm.
Team Liquid's turn.
they've got variety. They've got a lot of different things going. That's
There's
the Matumba.
Matu hero. There we
Yeah.
go. So we said Matu this game's going to be like, right, listen here,
Give
boys.
me my hero,
I'm going to carry you. Pick me a carry hero.
and he's got
That is it.
Ogre.
That is it.
So he's got the buff up for the Lone Druid for the bear. Okay.
Yeah, I've got good ways to getting on top of the Lone Druid right Liquid. Bro. They
They
are going to
do.
have the global TP from the Prophet coming in on the back, getting the treants of the Sprout out, zipping from the Storm, leaping over with Mirana. Kunkka being able to throw in combos from a mile off.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to
There's
get
a
on.
lot of ways to kill the
Turn to
Druid.
ban.
Yeah.
And Ember Spirit's going to be the final ban from Liquid. So looking towards VT Faded side lanes heroes. They're assuming with that this Lesh or Ogre, one of them is a support. Rather than them being the offlane Ogre and the safe lane Lesh.
Yeah, I think that's probably Kazu Ogre.
10 seconds
I would
remaining.
And would you? I
think.
mean, would you agree with sort of the thought process, Liquid? Do you think this Lesh could just be support, or do you think it's still like it's support Lesh? Is that okay, or do you have to really put him in a core?
Feels so much better as a core.
Yeah.
Like the levels are just so important, and you suffer with that as a support. But they definitely could still just run it as that.
Chaos final ban.
I mean, they're probably thinking like same. They're like, which
Like,
one's
who's playing who?
Who's playing where? They're
Yeah.
missing a traditional carry, so they're going for that. So what? It's Mirana and P supports, probably Kunkka offlane, Storm mid, and then they're getting a carry. Probably for Liquid.
You think so? But leaving
You'd
that
think,
last.
you would think so.
Obviously, a lot of it's going to depend on what Chaos pick here, and then if Liquid feel like, well, you know what, we can maybe play Mirana in the safe lane this game, or we can maybe put the Storm side, put the Mirana mid,
Yeah, all these flex.
maybe have the Kunkka as a support. They have a lot of flexibility.
Team Liquid's turn.
It's Chaos.
So that's they
With-
can remove the arrow. It's a good amount of protection too.
So that's Shikazu here, right? Kezu will play the Abandon, won't he?
yeah, I think so. So
Kezu will
that's
play the Abandon.
Wait, no,
Matsu
no,
on the Lone Druid.
no. It's,
Faded on the Lesh, and then Ogre and Shadow Demon your supports. You'd rather have the Ogre as the 3 rather than the
no,
Abandon.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Just Ogre SD supports.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
Faded Lesh and Kezu Abandon. I think it has to be that.
A lot of good ways for Chaos to get the ball rolling and get some
5
push started,
seconds
right?
remaining.
Lash Lone Druid with the Abaddon, also sitting behind, plus a Bloodlust.
But in that game where we saw Lesh look pretty underwhelming, wasn't that also a game where Lesh was 1 and Abaddon was 3?
It was.
It was.
They didn't have good setups though. Now they have like
Okay.
a Shadow Demon and an Ogre kind of to
So
start
this
the
draft
fights.
overall is a better draft than that draft we saw
Yeah,
earlier
it does feel
today.
like it.
You know what?
And Liquid's last pick will reveal exactly the composure of their team, who's playing what, who's going where. Is it, as we expect, going to be a Miracle Hero? It's not. It's a We Are Hero.
It's a safe lane
It's a
storm.
We Are Meepo. It's a safe lane storm. We said it
We
could
were right.
happen. We said it could happen. We didn't expect the cheese, though. We didn't expect the cheese. And it's here. The Meepo We Are. He's got it. Where's the Meepo counters? No, they're not really there.
They're not really
It's a
there.
pretty good Meepo game.
How's Shadow Demon versus him now? Probably okay. Just the soul catch is annoying.
This AoE
Yeah,
soul
it's
catch
alright,
it, but
yeah.
then where's the AoE? Like, is the Lesh really going to get the damage done to kill him after the soul catch?
This is
Oh,
looking
probably
like
not.
a pretty good Meepo one.
It's a pretty good Meepo game.
How's
It's
this
a
ma-
pretty
I'm wondering
good
how this
Meepo game.
how this matchup.
And we are going to see, mind control Prophet. As we said, he is
Okay.
the Prophet player, but we've seen Liquid play Prophet as support on some of the previous patches. And Kuroki Kunkka, GH Mirana, it feels like they're like, right, we're gonna have We Are Meepo. Everyone, you can play what you want.
Yeah, maybe that was. Maybe
What do you want to play? I want to play Safe Lane Storm. GH, what do you want to play? I want to play Mirana. Kuroki, what do you want to play? I'm playing Kunkka. Mind control, I just want to chill on Prophet. But can Chaos beat the We Are Meepo? If game 1 was hard, this is going to be like playing on expert difficulty for Chaos. This is stepping it up. They do have the Matu Lone Druid. He has carried them through tough times before. But can he carry them through a Weeha Meepo? And this one is exciting because this, I mean, it's the classic heroes from both of the two of them, right? The Matu
Yeah.
Lone Druid versus the Weeha Meepo.
It's just, what does it look like better of? Does it look like a better Meepo game, or does it look like a better Lone Druid? I'm leaning toward the
You have
Meepo.
to say the Meepo.
Oh, yeah.
You have to say it's a better Meepo game.
There's
You
just
really
ways,
do.
like you
It's-
mentioned, there's ways to get on top of the Lone Druid. They have so many different ways to.
Yeah, and all these heroes just melt a Meepo being on top of them.
Ooh, rummed Meepo. I haven't seen a rummed Meepo, actually. I don't think, like,
That's true. Yeah,
Ever in a pro
Conquer with the Meepo is
something you don't really see very often at all.
it's pretty beautiful. And there it is. Look at that win-loss as Meepo. Absolutely disgusting. We love it. 494 wins, 220 losses. Let's see. It's game one was a rough one for Chaos. This does have the potential to be another rough one.
Let's see if they can do it versus
It's dirty as well. My God, I didn't really see it.
Master.
Level 25
Yeah.
profit.
Master tier.
Plays it that much. And here we have Weeha Meepo. He really did get to show off in game one of his TA, and this could certainly be a game where he gets to show off again.
And look at this. He's got the quad slippers for that extra base damage and extra armor in the start in the lane. Matumba. He'll just have the Blightstone to try to get himself some more last hits. All right. Curious about this matchup in the mid lane. I'm assuming Meepo just farms and then he just goes to jungle and he outfarms him.
I
That's
believe
exactly
so.
How,
I mean,
that's
sure,
usually how it works.
at the start, you're against two heroes effectively, but a couple of levels in, you got two heroes yourself.
Yeah.
So
And you still
you can out CS the bear and the Lone Druid.
and you always have your poof, right? You have poof to secure range
Yep.
creeps.
30
So,
seconds to battle.
all right. Curious to see how the side lane Storm Spirit's going to do as well. Their versus looks like it's going to be a pressure lane coming out from VT Faded as well as Milan, who's going for the Basti Rush as well on the Shadow Demon. He used to be one of the most like player hero combo, right? He used to spam the Shadow Demon so much.
Yeah,
back in
he
the
was
day
the
when it
Shadow Demon. Yeah, I remember him.
He was Shadow Demon and Phoenix and nothing else, pretty much on Milan. That's what he was loving to play.
What was he playing with? It was Storm, right? Wasn't it? He used to play like Shadow Demon every game with VGJ Storm.
Yep. Arrow comes through. Milan will be able to juke that one out. My control will get some pressure onto him here. It looks like 3 bounties for Chaos at least.
Let's have a look. Game 2, Liquid versus Chaos. Liquid finding the opportunity to get a Weeha Meepo.
This is where eyes are going to be, just looking at this mid lane.
Weeha
the fun
versus
one.
Matu. They're both, I feel like they really are like their favourite heroes. Matu got his Lone Druid, Weeha's got his Meepo.
Yep, secures range creep with that first poof.
See if Weeha can get the range creep deny.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, let's see if he gets it.
I'll keep looking at the side lanes. Oh, GH actually just whiffed an arrow on the range creep.
He missed what on the state?
It was, yeah, he missed
Was it
the
being
area.
dragged somewhere or pulled? Or
I
it
think
was-
I think he missed it.
Oh, we got the deny Weeha on
Did
the
he?
range.
Oh, he got it.
He
Okay.
did get that range creep deny.
Oh wow, that was. Did you hear that? You even heard the poof going off, and he was able to cancel it. That was interesting.
And he got
Secures
the
so
range creep
many.
again. He's getting the range creeps. And he's managed to take one of them away from Matu. Let's see if he takes this one away.
This time
If he
GH.
gets 2 range creep denies, then it's...
This time GH tried to arrow the range creep, and VT Faded actually tanked it to make sure he was able to get the kill on it.
Mid lane, the bear's taking quite a beating.
He is. With the ransack, right?
Yeah. He's getting smacked down by the Meepo.
There's 2 of them. He's gonna keep hitting the bear. He does a lot of damage to it.
Yeah, now as you say, yeah, it's going to be even tougher as the 2 Meepos out.
So he
But as it is, you know, Matu he's keeping the CS even. It's just sort of the... You know, we've been very particular with the range creep differences there right now.
I mean, this is where the excitement is. It's all about this, the last hits in the mid lane. As bottom though, VT Faded catches the arrow, and they have enough damage to actually get him this time.
Good to at least push Milan away as well. Yeah, first blood for Liquid.
They committed all 3 leaps to be able to get that kill there, but they were able to with a Storm Spirit in the side lane get the kill onto a Shadow Demon Lash, or at least a Lash, which is pretty uncommon. You'd expect it to be the other way around. So now we have Weeha with Illusion Rune as well. So he's got 4 Meepos, and he just continues to beat on the bear.
Yeah, with the illusion rune, he should pretty much get every creep.
Yeah. He's keeping the bear very low. Every time it steps up, he just continues hitting it as we see Kezu and Misery up top. You see those last hits coming into play. He's gotten a couple of the treants on Kezu, but they're doing great up here.
Yeah, Kezu's getting the most farm of the game so far.
Yep. Yeah, he's actually pushed. Weehao's actually been able to force the bear back to the point of he can't actually walk up to last with and hit with it too nicely. So just Matumbaman as a lone druid with 47 base damage, trying to last it when he does push that bear away. So yeah, Weehaw really knowing what he's doing in this matchup as expected, right? He's Meepo spammer.
Oh yeah, he's played against everything in the mid lane.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure Matsu, you know, he's got a lot of games on the lone druid, but quite a few of them would be in the side lane, right?
Yeah, but still a lot of them in the mid. It's just this is
Sure.
a good matchup for the Meepo. Ransack, right? Ransack just made it so much stronger, at least in these type of ones where you can just trade right clicks back and forth in comparison to what Geostrike used to do for you.
This top lane, a little scary for Liquid there. Whether they can run him with that shield, Kezu, he's trying to dive in for this.
A bit deep here. He's got another shield.
I mean, he'll get the kill, surely. Well, maybe not, but they're sort of being blocked by the creeps. Mind Control's able to keep the distance, and Kezu will not find him. Mind Control will get away from the Abaddon.
And Weehao's getting all these denies. He just got another 2 range creep denies in the mid lane too. He's level 5. Matumban not quite there yet. I'm trying to check for something here really quickly. I'm wondering, Ransack versus the bear counts as a hero?
It's one of those weird units that sometimes counts as hero, sometimes does not.
That one I'm actually not 100% sure about. I'm not a Meepo. I think he was getting the extra, because it's only a 2 HP difference. I was trying to tell and I couldn't tell, so.
Do the math.
It's tough, it's hard. I was trying to see if I'm getting the right ones.
Now we're looking down at the bottom lane. Miracle 18 for 5, VT faded, 19 for 6. Faded able to get good amount of farm. Trading pretty evenly, the two of them. They have the setup here. Doesn't come around the 5-minute rune. GH, he's got that leap to dodge.
And he's going to get the bounty rune. And he's got a TP. Get the 5 poison stacks. Milan will pop it, but ooh, just quite not enough.
Top lane. Bit of attempt onto Mind Control. Dark will come out, slow down Kezu for now, but he's got the shield back up. One more touch. Doesn't quite get in time, but in fact, Mind Control's sort of getting blocked up by his own treants there. So he gets around it, and they'll get the kill this time, Chaos. They'll find Mind Control. Back towards mid. Jump forward as they get the connection with the stun onto Matumbaman. Rooted up by the nets. Defensive plays from Milan come in as he has the disruption. It will be enough to get Matu back out to safety.
He was late on the poofs. He could have poofed right after the disruption, right?
Were they still on cooldown?
I didn't think so, but maybe they were. Okay.
Maybe you didn't. Would the poofs have been enough on their own to kill him? Probably, right?
So
Maybe just a bit of mercy there.
maybe.
Yeah, he wants to be a nice guy. I mean, his CS.
Is he being a nice guy?
49 to 11.
49-11.
49 to 11 against 28 and 4.
Level 7 already. Gets a
Weehaw.
DD as well. He's going to go to the jungle. Accelerate a lot faster than Matumbaman's going to be able to. Top though, Kezu's still getting a good amount of space in front of him, but he's actually... His farm is a little bit lower than you'd expect it to be because of his last hits. There's a lot of them are treants, probably.
Radiant structure.
What do you kind of build on this sort of free farm Abaddon? Vlads?
I'm
Or
not
do you go more aggressive yourself? You get sort of phase solo crest? Or?
I think Medallion always has its benefits, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to wonder if he wants to go for something else in particular just because of the Meepo. Phase boots for sure. Maybe phase bracer and then, yeah, I'm not too sure actually. Maybe the Vlad's is the best one. Just because it benefits your lone druid as well. Miracle will hit level 6 down bottom already now too. So they weren't actually able to get any kills onto the Storm Spirit in the lane phase.
No. As you know, Center Harriet's a pretty good game for the Meepo. It's not a bad game for the Storm Right. There's not a lot of instant catch. As they can sort of lay down a disruption into stun combo.
Okay.
Top lane. He's got Kezu's by his side. Second shield down. In fact, it's going to be the double shield popping in a second onto Kuro. Kuro's in trouble. They'll just be able to run him down. Verify won't save it. In fact, Chaos. Let's see if they can chase down another. He's into the trees. Do they have stun back up in time? Not quite.
Not quite.
Nearly there. Cooldown just a little bit too long. They won't get the second, but they do get Kuro, and they get the both of them out of the lane. continuing to have the edge on that top lane, Chaos.
Tommy getting space too to farm. Every time Weehaw does go to the jungle, he still is getting good farm. That is the one thing. He pretty much actually does have the Midas finished now already on the bear. Still off to a pretty good start. As we see a lot of stacks were happening in the jungle over here on the right side for the side of Chaos. Milan was making sure that he was getting those for his team.
As well to help clean them up. A quick and easy burst in gold and XP.
Yeah, they'll have a good amount of levels for sure for Milan, as well as UD Faded as bottom. Bought out GH. I think they wanted to apply a bit more pressure though in this bottom lane. Having the Lashart be the only one who died down here is definitely not what they were trying to attain when they have the Lash and the SD down here.
Misery trapped up again. They got the arrow in, jump port as well. GH getting in close range with the Starfall. Misery, the shield is there for him. Another leap needing to be used. Misery still alive. Finally goes down. GH will get the kill. Guess he's trying for the trade. Another Sprout does block him off, getting him held back from Kuro. The Torrent too, keeping him separated. Borrowed time's going to be popped here. GH. Kezu's trying to find Kuroki, but he's got the salve, and now with the X-Mark drag back, they can look to try and punish the fact that borrowed time has been used. Another Sprout, blocking him off, but Misery's back into the game, back into the lane.
It's too tanky. And it is the phase into the Vlads, by the way, that he has queued up. And he will survive. They force the borrowed time, they force reactions up top too. And yeah, Matoma with that Midas. Starting to catch back up here toward Weehaw. Now, still a little bit behind the levels. Full level behind, but pretty decent. As they're just playing the farm game instead of applying pressure. They're just farming as much as possible. Looks up here on Chaos.
Yeah, we are just trying to race towards that E-Blade.
Yeah.
So we can really look to get the action going. Moving into the side lanes. Miracle still getting the space down bottom.
He's looking to get active. Weehaw's looking to try to make moves around the map. He's feeling pretty strong because in the comparison, like, he can make moves and gank all over the place, while the Lone Druid, the Tumman's not going to do that. It's not what the hero does.
Here we go, Weehaw. He's found a target. And he comes with the army. And mind control.
He might
says
get,
that's mine.
He was almost able to get Kuroki in the mid lane from a Tumman. There he got double roots. Now Weehaw TP's in though.
Oh, he's got the first setup. It's going to be a TP over as well from mind control. Torrent's out. They've got the follow-up. And Matsu, he'll fall. Liquid making the quick plays as soon as Weehaw gets that play on top of Misery. Back towards mid, back for the core kill. They'll push on with the team here to take the tier 1 tower out of the mid lane.
Quick movements coming out from Weehaw. Just wanted to apply pressure in these lanes as they just making all the space for Miracle just to have a farm lane in the bottom lane. And they're actually using Moonlight Shadow here. Maybe looking to set up for more as they do have their level 6s all finished up, Kuroki level 7, so it looks like they're maybe trying to set up down bottom. Maybe expecting a move to come out onto Miracle pretty soon.
Doesn't look like they'll catch anything for now though. Chaos aware of the Moonlight, just sticking to their own triangle.
Yeah, they were able to at least like try and, you know, move across the map a little bit faster and all that to set up behind Miracle. Yeah, Weehaw continues to farm these Ancients, become a man, just farming the jungle. Trying to apply this pressure down here. Still, Miracle showing his face. The two supports have not shown themselves still on Liquid. GH as well as Kuro. Still hiding.
Miracle, nice little juke there. A potential stun coming out from Misery allows him to get the initial damage out. Arrow's going to be whipped. Another dodge from Miracle to get himself out of there. They'll throw the boat down onto Misery, but a disruption from Milan keeps Misery safe from the combo. Atu, see if we can find kill opportunities with the bear, but Miracle, in fact, he's back in. Zips straight forward onto Milan, drags him back with the Vortex. Sprouts out onto Matumba. He's got to get out of there. Has got Misery by his side, as well as the TP coming in from Kezu. As Liquid draw the entire attention of Chaos down towards the bottom lane. Chaos will stop anyone else from falling. Aren't able to get a catch back onto Liquid. At least for now, Kezu's trying to run towards GH. GH does still have one leap remaining.
They're forcing Chaos to be reactionary though. Super hard there with that rotation. Like, they just forced everybody down bottom, and now Chaos starting to make the move toward top, but Miracle's able to just get this farm on him. Now Kezu made his way bottom, and he's he doesn't want to take this farm. He wants to give this farm to Matamba Man probably, but now he's kind of feeling obligated to.
Smoke play here, Tom.
Just Mark.
Able to find that follow-up indeed on the mind control. He's going to TP out. Won't make it. They have the Fire Blast as well. So, stun missed or not with the Lesh. Still get the kill. Bottom lane, attempt onto Kezu. They've got the arrow coming in too, but he has the borrowed time. Matu there as well to keep him safe and covered. Once again, able to stop Liquid getting away with aggressive plays bottom, but Liquid quick with the moves, instantly changing their focus as they're back up towards top. Try for the blind torrent onto VT Faded, but he's already backing away. GH heading him with the moonlight. See if they can get vision information for more. The arrow. GH, beautiful angle is in onto Faded. Jump forward as well with Miracle around. They'll burst down VT Faded.
Power of Moonlight Shadow. He's able to just keep chasing forward. I don't think he actually expected him to be that close to him there. But bottom, we do see at least a trade coming out here for Chaos if they are able to set up for that push, if they did have both these down here. But at the same time, yeah, Liquid will play top end. Weehaw already with that E-Blade finished up, level 14.
That's a very quick timing.
Misery hiding himself up inside that tree line. He's queued up a Midas on the 5 position Ogre.
I mean, it is super efficient on the Ogre.
It is.
It is that super efficient buy, but it, as you said, slows down your impact.
Yeah. He's trying to charge forward, trying to catch mind control here.
Liquid are trying to poke around near the shrine. A bit of a risky place to fight. In fact, mind control, he's sort of been baited into this by the rest of his teams. He heads into the high ground, and the team's out of there. As mind control does get taken down by Chaos.
The sacrifice.
Everyone else gets out though for Liquid.
Okay, they were starting to ping like inside the road, but they're just looking to go for a smoke first. Just constant movements. Weehaw always addressing the side lanes, pushing them out with his.
Weeha's trying to kill the bear
debuffs.
down bottom. Is he going to be able to farm it?
He is.
He is.
He
300
gets it.
gold. Back towards mid. Looking for Kezu. The movement speed to get away from the Torrent combo. Borrowed time's going to be popped, but again, waiting out the borrowed time to then lay down the X-Mark combo. Disruption will dodge the initial landing of the boat, but they've still got damage to finish him off as Kezu will fall. Miracle.
He wants more. He wants Milan.
See what he can find. Zips in. He gets the slow onto Milan. Dragging him back. Misery's there. Nothing that Misery can do to help him out. As Liquid pick up 2 quick kills. Again, just moving around the map as a team.
Yeah, they're really getting the ball rolling, and now with these kills, they can definitely look to set up for that Roche with Meepo already level 15 at this 15-minute mark. Easily going to be able to set up for it. And Chaos, they're not ready to fight this. They have their Relic finished, but the Radiant's still not quite there. With Radiance, maybe they could look to contest, but without it, no way.
See, Weehar as well, king up the Shadow Blade, so...
Wants to catch these heroes split pushing for sure.
Yeah, it's just a bit of an interesting one, right? Not necessarily the item you always see picked up early on a Meepo.
Can work well versus Sabaton too, right? Goes for the Silver Edge, then he can also go for forcing Kezu to click manually onto his bar time.
But, I mean, people don't fall for that, do they?
It could catch you off guard once. But I
Once,
think I've
that's it.
seen...
Well, we're going to real put Kezu to the test here. Is he going to remember to press his ult if he gets hit by Silver Edge?
I do think I've seen a little bit more Shadow Blades coming around over the Blink Daggers on Meepos and stuff like that. I've actually seen also like
Sure.
double Ethereal Blades and stuff like that more often lately.
Oh
than
yeah, double
Golden
E-Blade
Blades.
for sure. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it just gives you the insane amount of
Yeah.
agi. I guess Silver Edge does give stats as well.
Yeah, he's got
so
the ulti orb, right? So
yeah, gives you the stats.
yeah.
See if he's able to get away with making plays. Just you would imagine that Chaos are probably going to be ready for Invis plays. They're against the Moonlight Shadow anyway as it is.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to force them to buy a lot more sentries though, and it just puts
Sure.
more pressure onto all these supports who are already not having amazing times. Milan's having a pretty good time, but Misery is still going for that Midas. He's actually almost having it done, so should be okay timing at least for him. And that Radiance is now finished up for Matamba Man when he gets back, gets it brought out on top of that courier. So they do have that timing window coming in. It's only a 3k gold advantage as well for Liquid. But still feeling like it's very difficult because they don't have something that's addressed this
And they continue to get away with taking these towers.
Yeah.
No defense ready to be put together by Chaos. And a good arrow, but they'll too close to the base for them to do anything else about.
Makes it so hard for you to go for any type of split pressure when you start losing all these tier 1s and tier 2s. You can't even TP to help people if they are too deep, and they're gonna start getting ganked up when this Shadow Blade is finished on Weehaw. He's gonna look for setting up to address those split pushers that are coming out. He can always killing the bear. He can look to set up for it easily with the Shadow Blade. One root. The rest of the meatballs poof in. They can easily look to go for that El Doge, as Matumba has it named.
Midas, he's got to find somewhere to use it.
He's trying. He doesn't want to die.
He's scared, yeah, he has to get back at the same time with this Moonlight Liquid.
Uh-oh.
Out on the hunt. Get one, the Ogre. Misery's gone.
He used his Midas before he died and everything too, so you know why he's like, alright, you know, I died, but that's probably the...
Did he get the multicast though?
I didn't get to see if he did, actually. Faded. Quick Yules. Arrow. It actually gets his
I was going to say, that Yules ain't going to be quick enough. There's a lot of stuns. I think Miracle even had the Vortex in time.
Losing the Ogre was fine. Losing the Lesh now, quite painful, as they're starting to get trapped a little bit inside of their base. And it's very early on for that, as Liquid, they're starting to just clean up the last 2 towers. The Shadow Blade is finished. The Silver Edge is pretty much done after this bottom tower. Chaos starting to move themselves out a little bit here with the Lone Druid.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
But Liquid just continuing to search forward, look for this tier 2 now.
Dire's
All these towers cleaned up, so much gold, so much map control going their way. Looks like it's just going to be just a tank up build here for Mind Control. Just go drums into the pipe, protect his teammates, protect that meatball.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Silver Edge is done. So Silver Edge, they can do it also with a stun. So you can Silver Edge him with a stun and they can look to go for this. They have the control.
There we go. Kezu
He
remembers.
knows.
He knows. He pressed it.
But he's still dead.
He's still dead. Again, Weehaw continuing to make it look like a nice and easy Meepo game.
Yep.
He's getting all the farm, he's getting all the space, and he's getting involved as well with the action up and down the map. 20 minutes in, Bounty Runes. Chaos will be able to grab a couple of them, and we'll be able to get a kill out of it as well. They get Mind Control. They find him snooping around trying to find the Bounty Runes down bottom. At least get the trade, but quickly Weehaw and Kuro are sweeping across the map.
They're hunting. Milan.
And Weehaw has found. And comes the army, bringing in the extra Meepos on top of Milan. They'll find one. TPs are coming into the shrine. Kuro is getting the bow out, but the bear is upon him. Zip ball from Miracle. Miracle trying to help out the team as GH jumps in with the lead. Forces away Misery with the right clicks, and Kuro will survive. Weehaw finds Kezu. There's a jump in, they're pushing Chaos back, drag back on the bear, get that 300 gold. Weehaw wants it, he'll get it, plus 300. Now back towards Faded and Misery. Faded's popped the BKB, but he's got to be careful with these right clicks. He's just getting right clicked down by Weehaw. Misery's trapped up. Misery will be saved momentarily by the fear, but Liquid, they're into the base. They're onto the high ground. They're trying to set up that rampage for Weehaw. Let him have it. There's the ultra kill. Matu, he's getting back. Weehaw, he's going in. He wants this. He wants it bad. He's able to get the root off. He's bringing in the rest of the Miracle Giants are back. There he's going to find it. There's the rampage. Give him the double. Oh, give him the triple, baby. Come on, you got to be careful, Kes. You get back to the fountain cell. Weehaw says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the new mid for Liquid, and we absolutely rock. 9-0-1. It's a Meepo game. Weeha's loving his life right now. Both of these games, he has shown up big time. And Matu, he's having a rough day.
Yep, definitely
this
having
has
a bit
not
rough
got to feel good for Matu.
The way Liquid set up the draft in this one was like the way they had set it up. We had no idea how they were going to set up their lanes, and then they last picked the Meepo, and it's oh my god, they just got a Meepo on the last pick. And BT Faded just gets brought down immediately.
Kill after kill after kill. This one's over. It looked to be from the draft, and it really was in play as well. Liquid just running over Chaos. They get that Meepo through. I don't think it was expected at all by Chaos. They totally forgot about the potential. As GG is called, Liquid take game 2, 22 minutes in. Wow. Very easily. Game 1 as well did not look difficult at all for Liquid this series, as this is a simple 2-0 for them.
Yeah, and this one they kind of just cruised around the map, right? They had a decent start inside the laning phase with, I mean, not having the Storm Spirit, not having Miracle die in the bottom lane at all. Them even killing the Lesh inside a Shadow Demon Lesh lane.
Yeah.
They just weren't able to get the ball rolling at all into Chaos, it seemed. in this game. Yeah, they got the Radiance finally finished up on the Lone Druid, but there was already too much going in the way of Liquid. They got too much map control.